Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, I want to talk to you guys real quickly about Ashley Darby. She recently had a sit down over there on Watch What Happens Live. So, I want to talk about that, right? So, she talked about a few things, okay? The first thing she talked about was the Wendy situation and how the ladies kind of iced her out. She didn't really go into detail. Andy asked a series of questions and to see whose side she was on. And she pretty much was on Wendy's side because she felt like the ladies were icing her out. I appreciate Ashley for saying that. And I just want to make sure, Ashley, you hold on to that and you call them out for that once y'all get to that reunion. Okay. Now, in addition to that, she also went on to talk about Jacqueline and Mia. She said that she was more so on Jacqueline's side versus Mia's side. I don't know whose side I was on, okay? I've already watched the episode. I'm going to go back and rewatch it again. But I can say this. When I watched the episode, we did see that the argument started on the plane. When Jacqueline finally had that sit down and some things fell out, Jacqueline kind of went off on Mia after, I believe, Jacqueline said that she needed some DICK. And then Miss Mia said, "Oh, you want to talk about DICK? Well, then let's talk about the many DICKs you have. Close your legs to marry men." Wow, it was like that escalated so quickly. Jacqueline got upset. She told her, "F you, I'm done with you." Jacqueline was really, really upset. I don't know whose side I'm on. All I know is, Jacqueline, you better not have me on Mia's side, period. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to rewatch it. I do feel like this. The initial issue of what they're trying to say that caused the disagreement on the plane had a lot to do with Karen's event. At Karen's event, I believe that Jacqueline's sister is the nanny to Mia. Okay. So I guess the nanny was trying to find out where Jacqueline's kids were or something. And Mia was like, them her kids. You need to talk to her. So Jacqueline was just like, "Well, girl, listen, it takes a village to raise a child." But I guess you wouldn't know anything about that. Now, see, this is what Mia told us Jacqueline said. My thing is, what was really said? What else was said? Because it's like, Mia, you telling us what it is that you want us to hear. Because why would she say it takes a village to raise a child, but you wouldn't know anything about that? Like, that response comes off as though she's responding to something, if you ask me. All right. Now, that's kind of where the conversation, where everything kind of started. Again, I don't know whose side I'm on. I got to go back and watch it all over again to see what it's really giving. But it does make me wonder what else happened that Ashley is leaning towards the side of Jacqueline. Did she see? Obviously, she was there. She probably saw more things than what we got a chance to see on the actual camera. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just wondering what all really took place. But she's leaning on the side of Jacqueline. And it could be that maybe she's just not feeling Mia from earlier in the season, the way Mia acted down in Miami. So we just gonna see. I want to hear y'all thoughts about that situation as well. So definitely hop down in the comments and share your thoughts about that overall situation, okay? And let me know whose side you are on. Now, another thing I want to kind of jump over and talk about is Luke and Ashley's relationship. Now, Ashley was dating Luke, and I believe he was from Summer House. Don't quote me, but she was dating this nice looking guy that's affiliated with Bravo, all right? Well, recently, and we've seen them hang out, let's say that. I believe she took a trip with him somewhere up north or northwest or whatever. They hung out. I feel like that could have been Colorado, but anyway, they were out in the snow. They had a great time. We also saw them, I believe, at a game, football game. We also saw them hanging out at a bar. So Ashley was starting this new relationship with this guy. Well, she ended up removing the images of him from her page. She goes on Watch What Happens Live. Andy asks her, like, "Hey, what's going on with Luke? You've taken the photos down. What's really good?" So then Ashley says, "Well, yeah, the relationship is over right now because I just have a lot going on." And we're like, "Okay, by a lot going on, do you mean Andy Cohen? Is that who you, I mean, I'm sorry, not Andy, but do you mean Michael Darby? Is that what you're talking about?" So then she's like, "Yeah, we already have a tough time kind of like co-parenting." And I'm confused because I'm like, you shouldn't really have much of an issue co-parenting. Like, that really shouldn't be a thing. And I feel like if you're having issues co-parenting, it makes me feel like, okay, that's his way of trying to control you. So obviously Michael was not happy with the link up and the dating that she was doing with Luke. And I feel like if that's the case, that's very unfair because most of the relationship you've been out here doing whatever it is you want to do. But that's his way of controlling Ashley. And it's kind of like, Ashley, don't not date nobody, off of the sake of Michael. But I feel like she would do that. Obviously, she has done it. She stopped talking to Luke because, one, it makes me wonder, does he want her back? Does she really want him back? We heard her kind of touch on that in the latest episode, and how they gripped hands or whatever. So she's kind of up and down. Or do you want that financial security and you're concerned that if you continue to date this person, he may try and, you know what I'm saying, not take care of this or not take care of that financially. I don't know. I feel like she's in a tough spot, but I just feel like, hey, if you can do it, I can do it too. You've been out here, dating, kicking it, doing this and that, grabbing on butts, doing this and whatever, down there in the Bahamas, or go flying over here, over there in Vegas. And you could do whatever you want to do, then I should be able to do it as well. And I kind of hate that she's in that place of kind of like, I feel like locked down a little bit, And what's also crazy, y'all, it's going to be a year in a few months. I feel like in March, when we learned about the divorce that Ashley was filing against Michael or whatever, or filing or whoever. I don't know if it was Michael or Ashley, but when the divorce was being filed, it's about to be a year. Granted, divorces definitely take some time, but y'all, Ashley is giving me Robin and Juan. It's giving Robin and Juan. I don't know how nobody else is not seeing that. Like, they got Robin and Juan had 2 kids. Juan was out here doing his thizzle, and then they divorced, and they still continue to live together. And that's what it's giving to me. Ashley is about to follow in the footsteps of Miss Robin. She has her 2 boys. Okay, they're saying they're getting a divorce. They might get a divorce. I feel like even if the divorce is finalized, they might still be living with each other, and Michael's still going to be able to do whatever it is he wants to do. And should this show be around as long as Real Housewives of Atlanta, we're going to see a similar storyline. Okay, the same way with Robin and Juan. If Ashley is still on the show, we're going to see a similar storyline be regurgitated, and it's going to be Ashley and Michael starting all over again, cleaning up his image and coming to the forefront to have a marriage all over again. Like, something I'm not looking forward to seeing at all. I want Ashley to run from the plantation. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's keep going, because there is more that I actually wanted to talk to you guys about. So while she was on Watch What Happens Live, of course, the conversation came up about Deborah. Yes, lying as Deborah. Yes, lying as Deborah. Deborah the Grouch. Okay. Yes. The conversation came up about her. They were asking Ashley her thoughts about everything, seeing that Deborah lied, right? And the camera footage showed something completely different. Well, Ashley actually addressed that, and I'm just going to play what Ashley said for the people that may not have caught it, and we'll get to it in just a second. So let's go ahead and see what Ashley Darby had to say over on Watch What Happens Live.
All right, guys. So this is a really difficult thing because Deborah's my friend, and we've been there for each other. I know her to be truthful. Now, what Deborah is telling me and what I saw do conflict, so I do have to talk to Deborah about it. We haven't had a detailed discussion about it.
You haven't?
We have not.
Been months.
No, I didn't know that footage.
Oh, yeah. I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't see the footage.
Okay.
But Deborah maintains that there were some things that were not lining up.
Okay.
But that's her,
All right. Y'all just heard what it is that Miss Deborah had to say, or at least Miss Ashley had to say. Ashley says that Deborah told her that some things still are not lining up. Listen, if you ask me, you're right. I agree with Deborah. I think that some things were not lining up, okay? And what wasn't lining up were the lies that you told on that man, okay? Not only did you sit up there and you lied on Chris, you also lied on Eddie, making it seem as though Eddie was all in your face, smiling and flirty and everything. Camera footage said that was a lie, all right? You sat up there and said that Chris was saying this and that and da-da-da-da-da. Like, again, that was a lie, all right? So you introduced yourself to this man in his phone minding his business, okay? You chose to introduce yourself to that man because for some reason you have such a hard on for Candace and her husband. That's the reason you went over in that area to get your drink, and you made sure that you said something directly to Chris when Chris was not paying you any attention. So I'm so grateful that they rolled that beautiful bean footage to see that you are a liar. Ashley, you sound crazy if you ask me, sitting up there saying, oh, well, my friend is known to tell the truth. She won't be lying about nothing. Like, she keep it real. And I've known her for a long period of time. And most of the time she be honest. And girl, go away from us with this, because it's giving it was a scheme that Ashley and Deborah came up with to come to us with the BS. Ashley, you absolutely know your friend, and I feel like you know your friend so much that you knew out of all of your friends which one to grab and bring to the forefront that will be with the SHI to concoct whatever plan to come up against Candace. And that's the sad part. It's like every time, like in the beginning of the season, I was really rooting for the friendship that you two ladies were developing, right? I was really like, okay, I'm here for this. Well, well, you always go and you do something that just makes it really hard and difficult for Candace to even want to be any type of friend to you. You ruin that. You do that. And I really hate that. I hate it so much. But these are the tables. This is where we are. My advice to Ashley is to get her friend up off the show. I kind of feel bad for Deborah the Grouch because the way that people have been eating her up on social media, okay, with the different memes, the pictures and stuff, the artwork and everything, I slick kind of feel bad for Miss Ma'am. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, go ahead and get your friend up off the show because I feel like she's an embarrassment to herself and therefore likely being an embarrassment to you. But again, those are just my thoughts, all right? I'm going to let you guys hop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts about the overall situation. Tell me your thoughts about Ashley and the Mia versus the other ladies, not Mia, but Wendy versus the other ladies situation, them icing her out. Let me know your thoughts about Jacqueline and Mia, your thoughts about Ashley and Luke and her kind of like putting her relationship to the side or not trying to learn more about that guy because of Michael. Let me know your thoughts about that, as well as the situation regarding Candace, her husband, and Deborah the Grouch. Okay, specifically Ashley leaning more towards trusting and believing in her friend over actual camera footage because we know how much Ashley does not like camera footage. Okay, so there's that. That's all that I got for you guys. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.